Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the latest model for the 6th generation Toyota 4Runner. This is the Limited. It's finished off in underground with dealer options. MSRP is just over $65,000. There are so many different ways that you can spec the 6th gen 4Runner, including 2 different engine options. This particular model has the base engine, so the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbo. It is paired to an 8-speed automatic, and it pumps out 278 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque. It can propel this 4,600-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds. As far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at 19 miles per gallon in the city, 25 out on the highway, and ground clearance is just over 9 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, I will go over all the options that this particular model has, but there's the Toyota badge along with some chrome accents for that grille. There's also a sensor for distance pacing, forward-facing camera, a dark housing for all of the lighting. There's some LEDs, and then there's also fog lights down below in that gloss black section. You'll notice the parking sensors, a brushed accent for the lower bumper there. There's also the air dam tow hooks in that lower section too, and then some nice lines that come down both sides of the hood. You'll notice too, there's a cutout in the body colored fender flares just to help with better airflow. Now this model has a set of 20-inch wheels with the Nitto Ridge Grappler tires. You'll notice mud flaps and then the running boards too. There's body colored mirror caps. There's a camera and a turn signal on them. This also gets a sunroof and then the optional roof rack system. So that way you can place some items up top as needed. Limited badge is finished off in chrome and then really nice lines that run down the side. In back, there's the body colored spoiler with the third brake light and the wiper blade. You get LEDs with some gloss black accents, backup camera with all the parking sensors. This can tow around 6,000 pounds. There's also a full-size spare up underneath. And then Toyota has retained my favorite part, a lot of other 4Runner owners enjoy, the sliding rear glass. Now you can actually operate it from these controls here, where you can also lock and unlock the vehicle. So just depending on if you would like to gain access to the back and you want to not have the liftgate open, very helpful to have. And then of course you can open the liftgate, which is power operating, and you can use that button, or you can pull out the key and you can hold on this button here and open that up. And then in back, there's a lot of space for this 2-row SUV. Now, some of the 4Runners, you can get the 3rd row, so that has all of this here still retained, but you can use that as additional storage. This model has the JBL audio, there's tie-down hooks too. No storage underneath the floor, which would be nice to see, but you can fold the back seats down if you need even more storage. And then there's 2 controls up top to close the liftgate or lock the vehicle. Now this model has a really nice interior with some of the 2-tone design. You'll notice a little bit of cup holder storage behind that. And then with these seats, they do recline, as you can tell, and you can also either fold them flat or lift them up. So this will give you better access to grab items in the back if you need to do that. So that's really nice to see. Now you do have grab handles, and then at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. There's storage pockets, auxiliaries, along with vents there. I have about 2 inches or so of headroom, and then there's cup holders and the armrest right in the middle. So it's a pretty good size SUV for passengers to ride in the back. Now this also has memory seating adjustments, your power folding side mirror controls, and then even more storage, and then automatic front seats here. As we start this up, this has solid and perforated leather on the steering wheel. On the right side, all of the cruise control settings, adaptive cruise, mode, and tuning, and then there's volume, Bluetooth, and voice commands. Now you can also use these arrows here to go through this digital gauge cluster, where you'll notice you have 3 different settings here, 1, 2, and 3. And then if you hold on OK, this is how you can customize the left, the center, and the right side. So depending on the information you would like to see, you can pull up some daily driving information, you can pull up some towing information or off-roading information, and have all of them preset and ready to go. Now this also has the ability to adjust the pitch of the headlights, which is really neat to see. There's a dimmer switch for the gauges, fuel cap release, automatic high beams, traction control, the power outlet in the cargo space, and then you can open and close the power liftgate. You get 1 air vent, the removable JBL Bluetooth speaker, so you can bring that with you. And then with this massive screen, this does have a screen protector on it. You have shortcuts on this left side here to go through some of this information. Honestly, not a whole lot of info, But I own a 25 Tacoma and I like the simplicity of it. When you pair your phone to this, you have everything that you need on a large screen. Now there's vents on both sides with volume in the middle, a little bit of storage, heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats, and then all the toggles for your climates. So fan speed, temperature dials are on both sides, where you'd like the air to go, some defrosters too. There's wireless charging with auxiliaries. You get a grab handle for your passenger and a hook here, so you can place some items there. With this in reverse, you have so many different camera angles to go through, including the 360 view, so you can pinpoint some of these visibility points. And then in drive, you can also pull up the forward-facing camera and have that on automatic, so it will automatically pop up at slower speeds. Now there's auto hold and the e-brake, the four-wheel drive selector, so you can go through those modes. There's tow and haul, and then a few different driving modes that you can get into as well, which will modulate the throttle response slightly. You do have a shortcut to the camera system, so you can bring up those two different angles. Engine start stop, there's cup holders and storage in the armrest, a locking glove box. You have storage up top with an auxiliary, so you can charge electronics and keep them there. And then there's garage door buttons, sunglass holder, you have dome lights, and then controls for the sunroof. The sunshade is manually adjusting. And then a good bit of visibility over both shoulders. So I'm in a Sport S Plus right now, and we can use the shifter here. So we'll go from second gear, here we go. And just a mild acceleration, not even quarter throttle if that, and we got up to speed. So this has a good bit of power to it, and yes, you can use the shifter here for shifting, but you can also use it to hold the gear as well. So if I keep it on S6, let's say we jumped out on the highway, it will not go into 7th or 8th gear. So you can use that for towing situations, or if you're off the pavement, you just want to hold the gear, you have the option to do that. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the 6th generation Toyota 4Runner. Definitely a nice vehicle to drive. Seating position is really comfortable. At 5'10", I have about 2 inches or so of headroom, and this does have a height adjustment for the seat. So if you are taller than me, it could work, and you could be comfortable while driving this. Armrest is really nice too. You do have one up here with some of the soft touch materials, which is nice. So just depending on how you're comfortable driving this. But from my experience with my Tacoma, this is going to be a great SUV to drive. Something that's very nice for daily driving and just has that utilitarian design to it if you're looking for a rugged SUV, but one that's also comfortable for your daily driving. So take a look at some of the other content that we've made with the latest generation 4Runner. We haven't been able to take these off-road just yet. We have a lot more experience in the Tacoma if you want to see how that does, but hopefully at some point we will be able to drive these and test their off-roading capabilities. So that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Once again, huge shout out to Flo Toyota Statesville for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I'll see you all in the next video.